Do it.
Let's get into UFC 295, Prohaska versus Pereira. Interesting matchup here. Obviously, John Jones having to pull out with that pec injury and Stipe sitting on the sidelines waiting for him by Dana's design or his own design or whatever. Doesn't matter. He's out. Let's start at the beginning of the main card. Not a whole lot going on in the prelims. Diego Lopez versus Pat Sabatini.
Lopez is 22-6. 8 KOs, 12 subs, and 2 decisions. He's won 3 out of his last 4. Sabatini, he's interesting. 18-4, 2 KOs, 11 subs, 5 decisions, and he's 5-1 in the UFC. So I feel like he's kind of quietly been, winning fights in the UFC, some by decision. And when you look at these guys' records, Sabatini 11 subs, Lopez 12 subs, it's almost kind of like a little mirror of each other, right? I find it interesting. I'm gonna go with Sabatini. I just feel like he's kind of quietly putting together a nice little resume, nice little wins. It might not be the most exciting, but I feel like he's getting it done. So I'm gonna go Sabatini by decision.
Yeah, Lopez has been pretty exciting in his 2 UFC fights, but 2 grapplers fighting each other usually means we get a boring striking match. I'm hoping both guys are well-rounded enough to make it interesting. And in the striking match, I think I like the power of Pat more. So I'm going to go with him, but I think it'll be a decision.
This next matchup I like.
Yes, Matt Frivola versus Benoit Saint Denis.
Benoit is 12-1-1, 3 KOs, 9 subs. He has not won by decision. This guy's all finishes. His lone loss was in his UFC debut. So, could have been UFC jitters. He's won 4 in a row, all finishers. He hasn't made it to the 3rd round. Impressive. Now, Matt Frivola, 11-3-1, 4 KOs, 3 subs, 4 decisions, 3 in a row right now, all finishes. But this is the stat that I am most impressed with. He's coming off a finish over Drew Dober. Drew Dober is a hell of a fighter. And Matt Frivola, I thought this was the best he's ever looked. And coming off that momentum, I'm going to go with Matt. Now, Benoit, dynamic, so I wouldn't be shocked either way. But I'm just really, really high on Drew Dober. So the fact that Matt is coming off that big finish, I'm going to go with Matt. And I'm going to say this is a firework fight. I don't know if there's going to be a finish here, though. I feel this could even be a fight of the night. So I'm going to go with Matt by decision.
Yeah, we're pretty aligned here. I think this could be fight of the night as well. Both guys, incredibly durable, powerful strikers. I believe Benoit's the favorite, but he hasn't faced anyone the caliber of Steamroller Frivola. So that added in with the fact that Matt is carrying that momentum that you talked about. I'm going to go with him. I think he gives Benoit his first KO loss. I think I'm going to go with round 2 because I think, like you said, we're going to see some back and forth. We're going to get a bit of a war. I think Matt stays a little bit more disciplined and catches him in round 2. Jessica Andrade versus Mackenzie Dern. I'm excited for this one too.
Andrade, 24-12, 9 KOs, 8 subs, 7 decisions. Former strawweight champ. Heavy hitter, a lot of power. Now she's lost 3 in a row. Finishes, but she's losing to top talent. Mackenzie Dern, 13-3, 7 subs, 6 decisions. He's improved in her striking. Not saying it's going to be enough for Andrade. Her keys to victory. Andrade is not going to be easy to submit, but she has been submitted. And Mackenzie Dern has some of the finest Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So I would think that would be the key to victory. She's going to have to survive an early onslaught. I think I'm favoring Andrade, but for some reason my gut is telling me when Andrade's on a little bit of his losing streak and going all out, and Dern, I think, being a little more patient and improving, this might be Dern's night. I'm going to pick Dern in an upset, round 2, submission.
Yeah, I know Andrade is a tank and has great skills, but I just can't pick her until I see her win, until I see her get another win at this point. I think her decline in these last few fights, she just has not looked like herself. So she hasn't looked like herself while Mackenzie is looking better and better in every fight, especially that last fight where she had just gotten divorced or whatever. She was an absolute monster. She looked like an entirely different person. It was incredible. So if she can bring that back in, I think Mackenzie ducks under a punch, wraps her up, and gets a sub in round 1. I think she demolishes Andrade.
I laughed because I was thinking about some of those things where, like, motivated Cerrone, blonde-haired Brunson. I think divorce Dern is the new fight we have to look at.
Divorce Dern, yeah. Dangerous. That brings us to the co-main event. Very, very excited for this one. This one might be the one I'm the most excited about, even though it's our short notice fight. Sergey Pavlovich versus Tom Aspinall for the quote-unquote interim heavyweight title.
Yeah. You know, Dana said it best, actually. He said it's the kind of fight, you know, it may not have the name value of Jones Stipe, but these are two killers, and if you know, you know. And basically, like, the hardcore fans know, like, this is really possibly the two best heavyweights in the world. That's not to take anything away from the two other legends, but these are the two fighters they probably don't want to fight, right?
Right.
Now these guys are going to fight each other. So Sergey is 18-1, 15 KOs, 3 decisions, 6 wins in a row. Other than that lone loss to Alistair Overeem, where he got caught in his USA debut, he has put 6 in a row, all first round finishes. But some of the people he's rolled over, I mean, I don't have to really look it up, I guess. Tai Tuivasa, Derek Lewis, like, he's knocking out heavy hitters too in the first round. He's definitely got the power in this one. But that doesn't take anything away from Tom Aspinall, who's also 6-1 in the UFC, 13-3, 10 KOs, 3 subs. So all his fights are finishes too. And if you look at his last fight where he lost to Blades, he basically got injured. And not his last fight, but the fight he lost prior to that. His last fight, he looked sharp as hell. I think Tom Aspinall is the better all-around fighter of the two. I think he'll be better on the ground. I even think his striking is a little more technical. That being said, Sergey has that kind of power that can just hurt your ancestors, right? He's just a bad dude. So I'm going to go Aspinall here. I like Aspinall. I think the wrestling and stuff might make the difference. I think he's going to try to keep that distance and everything, and I think he's going to pull this off in round 2 or 3, maybe get a sub or some ground and pound. I'll just say ground and pound in round 3. But make no mistake about it, Sergey could end this at any time early, especially with that power. So not going to be shocked if Sergey gets a first-round knockout here.
I'm sure that Sergey is the favorite, but like you, I'm going to go with Tom. I think his fight IQ and all-around game will get him the win. He needs to be intelligent and be safe in the first 1 or 2 rounds. And once he tires Pavlovich down a little bit, he needs to mix in his takedown attempts with that striking, keep Pavlovich guessing, hopefully backing him up, because you don't want to be fighting on your back foot against Pavlovich. When he's coming forward, he's going to land on you and he's going to put you out. So Tom's got to be smart, but I think he can catch him and jump on him for a sub. I'm going to say it goes a little bit later, round 4, but I'm going with Tom. Main event, Yuri Prohaska versus Alex Pereira at light heavyweight belt.
Light heavyweight championship. Vacant light heavyweight championship. We feel like we've been doing this a lot lately. Prohaska, 29-3-1, 25 KOs, 3 subs, 1 decision. He's the former champ. He only lost it because he vacated and was injured. Alex Pereira, 8-2, 6 KOs, 2 subs, former middleweight champion, elite kickboxer, 8-2. That's the stat right there. You know, he's only had about 10 MMA fights, but he's an interesting style matchup because he's such a great striker. Prohaska will probably throw down with him, and I don't know. I think that's why I said this before we even talked about this. I thought Jan, Blachowicz was a tougher matchup for Pereira than Prohaska. That's not to say Prohaska won't beat him. I just thought stylistically, Blachowicz was going to be that worst style matchup. Now, Pereira won that. I mean, I could have saw it going either way. I think I even actually thought Jan might have sneaked it out, but it was really impressive to see Pereira's growing defense and how he was able to get out submissions in that fight. Prohaska did submit Glover to win this, so he's got a dangerous submission game. And the fact that Pereira has been working on his submission defense, it makes the fight really, really interesting. I'm going to go Prohaska. Again, I'm just going to go with experience. I'm going to go with overall fight IQ. There's something in my gut that says Pereira might pull this off. Like, he might knock him out. Like, this guy just feels like he's destined to be a double champ. I don't know what it is. In fact, I forget what I said. Logically, you should go with Prohaska, I think. But I'm going to go Pereira, second round knockout, head kick.
Yeah, I have to say that Yuri's grappling with Glover impressed me. That if he takes Alex down, he should probably wrap him up and finish him pretty quickly, just because there has not been enough time for Alex to learn all of the submission defense that he would need in that situation. So, but you never know with Yuri. He probably just goes in and tries to mix it up on the feet with Alex, because that's the kind of guy he is, which means I think Alex probably beats up his leg with that sneaky calf kick he does. Catches him with a few left hooks, hurts him. With the addition of Yuri also coming back from that horrific shoulder injury, we're not sure what we're going to get with that. I think I'm going to go with Alex.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
I'm going to say Alex by KO round 4.
Okay.
Left hook. I think he lands one of those nasty left hooks on him after he wobbles him with a leg kick.